Hello and welcome back to my channel, Mint with Mare, with a little special guest. Okay, all right. So I am joined here today with, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello guys, my name is Bella. I am Meredith's niece and I'm also a fellow Swiftie here, and I'm so excited to be here to react to Taylor Swift song too. This is one of my faves, so I'm really excited.
We are doing
Mirrorball.
Yes, Mirrorball.
Yes.
That has been a big request for the channel, and I felt as if I needed another perspective, a perspective from someone that is of a different generation.
Yes.
What are you again?
I am technically Gen Z. I'm
Gen
20
Z.
years old, and I'm also working to kind of be a therapist hopefully in the future as well. I also do the Men with Mare Instagram, so definitely go check that out at Men with Mare on Instagram.
Yeah, those are her photos and the quotes, and I mean, honestly, it's all her. Yeah, she runs it for me. We have very similar aesthetics, so I trust her. Her brother is the one who edits the videos. Yep. So it's a family affair on Men with Mare.
Super fun.
Super fun.
Yeah, and I'm actually going with Meredith to the Eras tour, which we're so excited about. I cannot even believe we got tickets. It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real.
I'm so excited.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we're a bunch of Swifties over here.
Big time Swifties. So we are going to be analyzing this song. We both know this song very well. I have my point of view. We haven't discussed it yet. And I keep being like, wait, what if we end up having the same
point of view?
Yeah,
I think this song can be taken in a lot of different ways.
Definitely.
I personally relate a lot to this song, and I kind of feel like in music in general, I always apply things to my life, in a certain way. So it's gonna be interesting to see how we both kind of see this song, because it's a very it's a very interesting song. It's very different. I feel like everyone could take it a little bit differently. So
absolutely, we are in a very small space right now, so we're just scooching to try to get,
make sure we're in the frame.
Make sure we're in the frame. This is gonna be interesting. First time trying it. Yes. Don't judge. Yeah, I think we should just get right on into it. Let's do this. Okay.
Show you every version of yourself tonight.
It's too soon to stop, or do you want to let's stop?
Perfect.
I have a problem with stopping it too
know.
often. I want you to know I'm a Mirrorball, aka disco ball, right? And I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Go first.
In my perspective, I think that it's kind of taking on some people pleasing. Maybe you are out with a group of friends or around people you work with, or maybe even people in your family, and you feel that you are reflecting who they are to maybe please them and make them like you and accept you. It's kind of this way to
people pleasing.
Yes, people please.
Are you trying to say that maybe at times you're kind of like a chameleon? You feel like you can adjust to people, what they need to hear.
I love that. Yes,
to please them. Well, it's not necessarily a good thing.
I know it isn't, but it's something that I feel I struggle with because it can be a little bit more safe. It feels like to not show who you really are, just out of fear of maybe judgment or fear of rejection or fear, what people are going to think. So you just kind of take on their personality so that they like you and you can be friends with them, or they approve of you and they think you're cool or something. I don't know.
Okay,
I definitely feel like it could be like that. I don't know. That's my point of view. Being a Mirrorball, reflecting the people around you.
Before I get to mine, that people pleasing is a result of trauma and that you are struggling with a sense of identity. Because if you're firm in who you are, it doesn't have to shift due to the groups that you're in. But you're young and you're getting awareness.
See, something we're working on. But yes, I definitely know it's probably not the best thing.
Yeah, well,
so what do you think?
And you also don't need your aunt giving her 2 cents on this. Maybe I should turn this into a therapy session for 10,000 and above subscribers to watch. Anyways, so for me, I think she's talking about herself. That's the way I'm going this whole time. When you think about a disco ball, it is something that's in the center of the room that everybody gets enjoyment from. And I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. I think of all of the little cracks of mirror that was broken so to make a disco ball.
Okay.
And that she's
that.
like, I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. Like, so reflecting in a room of people, there's probably all different experiences or feelings or emotions going on. Because some people have social anxiety and they go to, let's say, like a prom where there's a disco ball and they are very uncomfortable. They don't like being there. It's crowded. Or there are people that thrive and they're extroverted and they feel so good on the disco ball. Like, she's showing you all those different versions, like as it's spinning and it's reflecting all the different light. That's what I.
Okay,
That's something
I really
thought.
like that. So you're kind of thinking even more of all the people are being reflected, personalities, experiences
Yes.
under Mirrorball,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of thinking like I am the Mirrorball.
Yes.
Like I'm mirroring.
Well, no,
mirroring people.
Oh,
you know?
That's you are the Mirrorball. Oh, I see.
That's kind of
Yes.
how I'm thinking about it. I think. So,
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I like
Interesting.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also think Taylor is the Mirrorball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's through her songs. But you're saying,
I guess I'm just
it's
kind of
in
applying
your own.
it more to myself. I'm a Mirrorball sometimes. I reflect people.
Mm-hmm.
They're who they are. I reflect that to fit in with them.
To fit in.
Yes.
We all know that Taylor Swift is definitely someone who sometimes struggled with to fit in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got in a lot. Okay,
yes.
we're not
Yeah,
even gonna
let's just
get.
keep
This
moving
is
on.
gonna be the longest video ever if we don't keep going. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get you out on the floor, shimmering beautiful. And when I break, it's in a million pieces.
Okay, so when it breaks,
Mm-hmm.
when I break, it's in a million pieces. A mirror ball, aka disco ball, is super fragile.
Yep.
It's delicate.
Mm-hmm.
And if it would fall, it would just shatter. It's going to fall into a million pieces. I'll get you out on the floor, shimmering beautiful. So she is the one that's attracting people out on the floor to feel good. And when she breaks, she'll break into a million pieces. That shows just fragility. That's just what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I see it more in self-esteem, maybe. You are putting on a facade or performance, maybe, to fit in and, match other people's vibes and personalities and stuff. So when you are putting on a show and everything, it can be a lot mentally, and maybe she's kind of referencing, when, like, later on, like, I'm not going to even have, like, a sense of self or great confidence or self-esteem because I'm not being me in those social situations or around friends. So if I break, it isn't a million pieces because that's just kind of the whole meltdown or something because I don't even know who I am anymore and being in social situations. That's kind of what I'm...
Okay.
That's kind of like what I feel I interpret with this. I don't know.
Okay, I classify myself as an introverted extrovert. I do need quiet time, but I can be super outgoing and personable and all of that. And I think people get the impression that I am a super outgoing, talkative person, which I can be at times, but it exhausts me.
Yeah.
So when she's saying, like, I get you out on the floor, I can be that person that gets everybody out on the floor. Like, let's have fun, let's be silly. But then it's like, I get maxed out. Like, there's a certain point where I'm like, okay, I gotta go be alone. And sometimes it's like I've exuded so much that I just feel exhausted, that I feel depleted and
that's
broken in a million
exactly
pieces.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
All right.
You put it into great words.
Oh, thank you very much.
But yeah, I love that.
Okay, let's keep going.
Hush, when no one is around, my dear. You'll find me on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you.
Okay, what do you think about this?
Okay, I feel it's saying be quiet. I know this isn't my real self, when no one is around, but I'm performing. I'm putting on my great show right now. I'm trying to please everyone in the room. I'm trying to make everyone happy and be the life of the party right now. So just be quiet. Let me do my thing. That's kind of how I think when she's saying you'll find me on, like, my tallest tiptoes spinning. Like, she's putting on a perform everyone. That's kind of what I'm...
Yes, I agree with that, but I think it's because this is her. She's like, hush when no one is around, my dear. I listen to Taylor alone and with my headphones in peace and quiet. So a quiet time, I'm putting on my earphones and listening to her. So when no one's around, she is still, like, because you can replay her songs, she's still showing off for us. She's still, like, on her tallest tiptoes, spinning in her highest heels for us. shining just for us. Because I think
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is, I feel like she's writing this very much.
For her fans, you know, we often feel as if Taylor knows us.
Yeah.
She expresses herself in a way, her songwriting is so amazing that you're like, she gets me. And so she's like shining just for you.
Okay, yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm just thinking about it more like generally, you know, for people. I feel like it's definitely maybe a people-pleasing social.
But that's her too.
Social thing, yeah.
It's like we are her and she is us at the same time.
Hush, I know they said the end is near, but I'm still on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you.
Okay, Hush, I know they said the end is near. She was what, like 30 when she wrote I don't know. Yeah, and pop culture, being an artist, pop star at 25, you're at the end of your career almost. Like, you know, you're old hags. I am elderly in the world that is out there in society. I'm considered like a grandma, which is ridiculous. Anyways, so she's saying, Hush, I know they said the end is near. My career is going to be over. My career, you know, might be canceled, but she's like, I'm still doing it for you. I'm still on my tallest tiptoes. What do you think?
I definitely feel like society puts a very like timeline on people's lives and like, you know, you have to do this by this certain age and you have to have so much like success by a certain age, and once you do have, you're past that age, you're not important anymore, you know, you're irrelevant or something, and it's horrible. I also feel though that when you read the line Hush about being in like a social setting, you know, maybe you're thinking about like later when you get home or you know, thinking about
when you can escape
the
like, party
and you know that you're gonna go home tonight and maybe even reflect back on how you acted. In some of my situations, I go home and I maybe overthink everything I said, like rerun conversations in my head I had, and I said this, or why did I say that, or was that stupid, did I look dumb, over analyzing everything I said. So thinking about that being like, you know, the end, like, you know that you're gonna go home tonight and probably be like maybe embarrassed of yourself that you weren't yourself. You're still on your tallest tiptoes. You're spinning around, putting on that performance. That's kind of another thing
oh man, the 20s.
I'm starting my 20s.
Starting your 20s. I'm ending my 30s.
Struggling.
No, right. And I could not relive that experience. 20s, you couldn't pay me. I say that all the time.
It's a tough, I feel like it's a tough time.
And
I'm
also,
only just starting out, but
but look, they make you feel like the end is near when you're in your 20s. Like, you have to have it all figured out.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
There's so much pressure that it almost makes you choke. Like, I felt that way. Like, I feel like I would have found, if there wasn't so much pressure, I probably would have been a therapist a lot sooner, but I just was distracted, and it's like the more that I wanted to achieve, the less I achieved for such a long time.
That's honestly, that's how I feel right now. Like, there's so much fear, there's so much doubt, I don't know if I'm good enough, and just like comparison and everything. So
it's horrible.
Yeah, it's hard, but let's keep going.
Let's turn it around.
I want you to know I'm a Mirrorball. I can change everything about me to fit in you. I'm not like the regulars, the masquerade revelers, drunk as they watch my shattered edges glisten.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. Go for it.
Like I've been saying, you know, changing everything about yourself to fit in. You're a mirror ball. You're reflecting people around you so that they like you. I think maybe it relates to some social anxiety, you know, just like you're not that super secure in yourself in a way. And you're just afraid to be who you are, and fear of different things, of judgment, and just what other people think of you. And that can be, you know, a pretty scary thing, and it can be a lot easier to just agree and go along with what everyone else is saying or doing in the group, instead of saying like, no,
Right.
that's not me. I don't agree with that really. Or
Right.
saying your opinion. It's just easier to go along with it. So
Oh,
I feel
can't.
like, yes. What do you think of that?
You're masquerade revelers. I mean, masquerade is the people who like wear a mask, you know?
Right.
And so I think that it's people who don't show their true selves.
Yeah.
So she's saying you're not like the regulars. Oh, like the regular fans. She notices that we're like a unique bunch. We are willing to show our true selves. We're willing to be like, we're vulnerable. We are flawed.
Yes, through her music and everything.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yes, I totally agree. Like, you know, at home, out of that social setting, when you're trying to put everything on, we're not one of the regulars.
Wait. Regulars like in a bar. We're not like the regulars at a bar, the masquerade revelers, drunk as they watch my shattered edges glisten. We aren't sitting there watching, hoping that Taylor fails. We aren't the ones that are just watching her break apart for entertainment. Like, that's not what we're for. We're not like everybody else. I think a lot of us are like, we're there with our whole heart and soul.
Yes.
And so we're not like the people who are drunk and watching her shattered edges glisten. The shattered edges are when the ball has dropped to the floor and shattered everywhere. Yeah. But like, they're still going to reflect light regardless.
Exactly.
And that shows,
that's so important.
Yes. And like in the dark, I love that in the darkest of times though, there's still light. And hold on to that sentiment that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, that there is always light that can reflect off of you, even though you can feel very dark and unlovable and decrepit.
Yes. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people are out there, you know, trying to, just waiting for Taylor to fail, and like picking her apart and, you know, trying to point out any like little flaws and stuff, and they want to put her down, you know. So
yeah, but even in society, like that happens to us,
to everyone,
even with our own family members. Not you and I, but
some of them, you know.
Some of them that can happen.
So I feel like she's touching on such a thing that so many people feel, that everyone is looking at, you know, your weaknesses, judging. Yes, it's so just
picking you apart, and
but
we do it
you're
to
still gonna
ourselves,
shine.
Too. Yes, you are.
Like a Mirrorball.
And they called off the circus, burned the disco down. When they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns.
Stop there for a second. Yeah. I just love this because I think about this as when they called off the circus. They called her off. They canceled her, like with the whole Kanye thing. Yeah. So they burned the disco down. They burned her down to the ground.
Yes.
Or, I mean, I guess her masters being sold out from under her burned her down, like the disco down.
Right, yeah.
And they
there's so many different things that she's been through that could...
Right. And they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns, like clown that is Kanye West. Allegedly. I feel like I have to keep...
Allegedly.
I mean, people are ripping me if I...
I know.
I know. I'm so sorry that I ever hurt these men. I mean, dear God.
We don't
like
men over here. Who likes men?
No, I have really, really lovely male subscribers. We have so many that have daughters, too, that are just have, you know, impacted other...
We don't know good men around here.
We don't, but we are hopeful, and I feel like my male subscribers are giving me hope. Truly, they've written such sweet things, and I also feel bad because I kind of, like, women can be awful too. Yeah. Like, there's horrible women out there that treat men horribly. It's
definitely
not our experience. It's not what we do.
Right, but it's definitely both. They can be both sides for sure.
Definitely, but
some of them are some rodeo clowns.
A lot of them are some real rodeo clowns.
I'm still on that tightrope. I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me. And still
wait. I have to say, I love that she on Midnights. I love in Karma how she talks about the cat on my lap because it loves me. Like, I love that she's, like, adding in more of her, like, funny sides.
Yes, I know.
You know? I feel like I'm feeling it a little bit more again, which is just, like, she's poking fun at herself. I don't know. I just really like it.
Yes, definitely. We love our little cat.
Yes.
Our cat lover.
I'm still a believer, but I don't know why. I've never been a natural. All I do is try.
Okay.
This definitely hits hard for me.
Talk to me.
Talking about trying so hard. to get people to like you and everything, and it just not coming natural, you know? You wish so badly that you didn't have to overthink things or maybe and like get nerves or when you go into a social situation or anything like that, and you don't want to, like, you just wish you were a natural, but you're not. And you just you try so hard. I don't know, I feel like that definitely I can relate to a lot, just because I want it to come easy, you know? I want to just naturally be myself and that just come easily, but sometimes it doesn't.
And that's kind of how it's really sad. I relate to, I'm still a believer and I don't know why. I have always looked at life, I don't know, I'm not with rose-colored glasses, I'm realistic, but at the same time, I think I just believe in people to my own detriment, that I'm still a believer in beautiful, wonderful things that can happen, and that, I don't know if miracles is the right word, but like that life can change on a dime and like really great things can happen and turn around. Yeah. But I don't know why. My experience in life and like things that have happened, I am like, I shouldn't be this optimistic. I shouldn't be this hopeful about life in general. Like truly feeling as if I've never been a natural. All I do is try. That reminds me of imposter syndrome, which I had in grad school starting out as a therapist, where it's when you have this persistent inability to recognize your own success and you can't actually take it in that you are everything maybe that other people see in you or that you've actually accomplished. Yes. But it's something that you've legitimately achieved based on your own skills and your own merits.
I just came across imposter syndrome actually pretty recently, and I am like, oh my god. Like, I didn't really get what it was. I heard people kind of saying like they're getting imposter syndrome, but I was like, I don't even really know what that means. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have that in so many different ways. I'm always get so hard on myself, and so I'm feeling like I'm not good enough to be where I'm at. And
but if you only knew, if she only knew and saw what we saw, it's just
I think it's definitely like a confidence thing, you know, secure in yourself and being confident in who you are. That wraps kind of into this whole song, so just not really just true, like believing in yourself and feeling good about, you know, in who you are as a person. Yes. Really, really deep.
It's very deep, and I think that it's like, no, it can feel emotional. I'm just like, I wish I could give you like a 0 F's mentality that I have taken on, because it kind of it lets you out of this box, like this trap that imposter syndrome can put you in. At some point, embrace yourself.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm talking about my like most insecure part of self. This song kind of highlights a very anxiety and insecure part of myself, but
true.
In reality, I do feel like I'm able to push that down. I'm getting better every day, more confident and not acting on that. Yeah, but it's always there. It's something that I fight against right now. So.
It sounds like your negative thoughts or negative self-view like comes up into your head, and there's so much of like CBT and stuff like that you can do to just combat those negative thoughts, because the muscle can be so strong, and so you have to make it atrophy, so that you aren't talking shit to yourself every day of your life. It's just exhausting.
You can't do that. You gotta. And plus, I'm like, I need to practice what I preach, because I'm on. I just think about how I'm on.
Check out the Instagram and what you write,
saying all of these things, and I'm like sitting here saying like, I'm not secure enough.
But sometimes we have to, and I hate to say fake it till we make it, but I feel like Taylor does that a lot. I'm gonna say this stuff until it is who I am, and I feel like I've done that, and it kind of worked. Like I did was like, no, I'm going to change my thoughts. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to write down I am affirmations every day and speak them.
Manifestation, all of that.
Yeah. If anybody wants me to do manifestation techniques,
you really should, because I think
oh my gosh,
a lot of
it works.
The us young one, we need
to know how to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm a Mirrorball. Show you every version of yourself tonight.
Woo! We did our first video together.
Yeah,
that was
so happy
fun.
to be here.
That was very fun. I liked it.
Yes, it was so much fun.
And complicated, and it's interesting to have just some different perspectives. I feel like I've lived your experience, and I speak to it and be like, You do not need to carry that anymore, but really you can't change anything until you've gone through experience and come to terms with it all too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's totally off topic, but whatever.
No, I'm in, struggling to be secure and be confident in myself, but, and then you're here, you're just like, I don't give a F, and I'm trying to get to that, and I will be there eventually. I do have that part in me. There's a lot. It's hard when you have so much, just comparison and everything. And that's something big. I think a lot of young girls struggle with.
Well, you're in college, and you're...
Yes, especially when, you're
dating,
in
and all of it, just...
meeting new people.
Figuring out who you are, creating your own identity.
Yeah, trying to find, who you are and who your people are,
Who your people are, that's hard.
It can be really hard.
That can be very, very hard.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here, Bella.
Thank you.
Did you even say your name?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. So thank you.
Yes, and if you're a Mirrorball girly, comment down below, because that's a thing on TikTok.
Oh, that is?
There's hey Mirrorball girlies. If you're a Mirrorball girl, comment below.
So what's the thing? Is it a good thing or to be a Mirrorball?
It's probably not, but we're here.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, bye,
Take
guys.
care. Subscribe, like, and subscribe. Bye.